2023! Are we excited? I mean, I'm excited. Are you excited? Let's do it.
Take me to the ruins, aquifers and springs, baby ferns uncurling.
Guys, we are back with the first flip of 2023. If you've been following along over the past year, so welcome back, welcome to the new year. If you are new, also welcome to this year, where there's a whole lot of new projects, flips, DIYs, ideas, there's lots of things kind of like percolating in my brain at the moment. For the second video of this year, we should definitely kick it off with a furniture flip. It was found on the street, not in great condition, and I did open the drawers only a moment ago for the very first time, which I'm now kind of regretting that I didn't do it when I brought it into my house, or, you know, like 4 months ago. Lots of filth, top and bottom, just all around filth and grossness. So we need to get to cleaning. That is definitely step number one. I'm pretty sure there's a peanut or two in this cupboard, so gotta go.
The fall is coming, I can feel it. The breeze brings goosebumps.
So I've just taken off the original, or I'm assuming it was original hardware for this. They've definitely been painted black. On the back here you can see that probably this went down when the spray paint wasn't totally dry, because it's kind of like peeled off underneath. It's actually a little bit sticky, which is disconcerting. And I think they were also brass originally, so you can kind of see some of the, yeah, I think that's the best angle. Like in here you can see that there was some brass showing through. Okay, got it out. Woo! Yes! Real talk for a minute. It was filthy even after I vacuumed. Seems sweet and innocent now, right? Bubbles, water. Then we just, woo! Look at that. Look at our goodness. It's really gross. It's flips like this where I wish that I had a spare pair of gloves. So I do really want to find moments where I can have some of the natural wood, because not all of this is solid wood. The top of this is definitely a wood veneer, and that veneer is peeling off. So I think the body of this will definitely have to be painted just so that I can save it. But this top drawer is solid wood. We'll go in with a 120 grit first, and then I've got a 220 grit, but it's on this like foam applicator. It'll kind of like help me get into the little nooks and crannies and just make it a cleaner finish without taking off too much of the wood. Yeah, that checks out. I've put the drawer just to the side over here, and I'm pretty happy with how that is for now. I probably will do a little bit of touch-ups because there is some black paint just in a couple of the grains of the wood, but I do want to get this off. I don't want it, I don't like it, it's gonna go. I think it should be easier to get the front part off, and then for the side bits I'm just gonna have to use my circular saw to cut them off, or my jigsaw, one of the two, and I'm gonna build a whole new base for this. Whole new base. I'm not a singer, don't come for me. When need to build a base for this piece, so I've got a 2x2 piece here. It's just a scrap piece from a different project that I'd done. We're gonna measure out our legs first, and I think my plan is to go with 5 inches. I need to cut 4 of those, and 2 of those we're gonna do with a little bit of an angle on the front feet, the 2 front feet. I've done a couple pocket holes in the side pieces all around for the base, and now we need to join them to the legs.
We gotta find a way to make it stay the same.
Look at that! We got a base. Well, it definitely fits-ish. Let's see if that worked. Okay. It's definitely sitting better, which is great. I've put the base aside for now because I am gonna paint this piece. I figured I don't want to tape off the base, so I'm going to attach it at the end. Smarts, you see? Smarts. But I think it's going to be easier if I do take the doors off now before I do my repairs and my scuff sanding of this piece, so I can prime it, because I am going to need to, you know, like get in and around this stuff and down the edges and everything, and I think it's just going to be a little cleaner. Plus, I think I want to spray paint the hinges like a more brass color. This is probably the place where it's the most damaged, I guess. Veneer has come off here. I think if I pop in some glue and I clamp it really well, it should sit hopefully okay. I'm a little worried that it might bubble out a bit, but I think I'm going to try this first, and then if I need to readjust and, you know, that hasn't worked, then I'll try that afterwards. But this is the easiest solution, so let's see if I can get this working. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue down in here. This is a silly idea. I need more clamps or a piece of wood. Obviously, I need a piece of wood. It'll help. So there's a couple little spots like this here where the wood is split, and I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of wood filler. But there's not too much that I need to do in terms of other repairs. It just kind of looks like it's in really bad shape, but it's actually not too bad. So I had to do one tiny repair more on this, just with a little bit of wood filler over where I'd put the glue. But I figured while that's drying, we might as well paint the doors. I think it's just gonna work if I prime it first to make sure things adhere really well. So I am going with, as you can see, a grey primer. Get on the primer onto the doors. I think probably 1 coat should be enough. I actually think that this could be a really cool piece in a bathroom. Obviously the top would have to be replaced because the top is MDF. Oh, not MDF, it's particle board, sorry, with a veneer over it. But the rest of it is solid wood. So I kind of think it could be something good in a bathroom, you know, if it had a soapstone top, something like that, or marble. Marble's very trendy. Yeah, I don't know. I think the shape and the size of it would be really cool in a bathroom. Let me know what you guys think. This is where we belong. And the day will soon begin. That's what I've been here for. I don't know if you guys can see this very clearly on camera, but right here, there's all these like bubble marks, which I sort of suspected might happen because I was using a new roller. It was one, it came in like the pack, you know, where you get the tray and the roller and the like the rolling stick and everything. So I thought it would be fine, you know, but definitely not. So I'm gonna give this a sand and go in with a second coat of primer, and then we're gonna pop on the first coat of the paint color once that's dry. I decided to just go for it. I'm gonna paint it. I think the bubbles seem to have sanded out pretty well, which is good. So I'm gonna do a coat of the paint that I've chosen, which is Fusion Mineral Paints Everett. It's such a pretty green. I've definitely used this color before and I loved it. It's like a gray green that just makes my heart happy. I really like it.
Oh, I'm slipping away, so don't let me go, nah, nah, nah. I'm all up in that love haze, so where do we go, nah, nah? Just let me know that I am safe here in your arms. I wanna stay, stay.
Originally, my plan was to leave the wood more natural, but because I have the base and I want the wood tones to match, I think I am actually going to stain it, and I'm thinking I'll go in with this color. It's called Mission Oak. Yeah, I just think it's going to be the best way to have a cohesive look. I'm a little unsure. I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to put on a little bit of the pre-wood stain. I am using a very small brush. I'm a little limited on my brushes at the moment. Need to restock for the new year, but this will do the trick.
Just like I am dreaming, walking around.
You guys, I changed my mind. I don't want to do it. I think it's too dark because I want to do a green strip. I think I just put paint in my ear. Did I just put paint in my ear? Yeah. Good. Cool. I want to do a green strip down the center to kind of like tie the piece together, and I just think if I do that stain color on the drawers, it's going to be too dark. I think if I'm going to stain it, I need to stain it lighter color. I'm gonna think about what I want to do. In the meantime, I'm gonna get the second coat on here and the first coat on the door covers. The second coat is my favorite coat of paint. Look at how good it looks. Ugh, it's so pretty. Also, I changed my roller. It rolls like a dream, and I'm very happy about it. This is perfect. Look at that roll. I'm rolling something. This paint roller is really good now. So I went to Home Depot to see what kind of stains I could use, and I did have an idea going in what I wanted, and it was sort of this linen color here, and then I saw another color, and then I saw another color, and I was kind of like trying to decide between three very similar stain colors. But in the end, I went for the color Hazelwood. I think it's going to be perfect to tie in with the wood grain that's already here, so I'm going to change it too much. It'll work really well with the base as well to kind of like bring those two together so that they do match a little bit better, and I think it'll look really good with this green color. The stain is kind of, I'm hoping that this mixes well, and can feel on the bottom it's almost like the stain is like stuck on the bottom, but I'm hoping that if I can kind of scrape it off it'll mix in well. But otherwise it might just be that this stain, maybe the pot of stain is old. I don't know, it's a bit, I've never experienced this before, and not spilling this is actually really difficult. The French word for this is poudre de noisette, just in case you wanted to know. It's like as soon as I think that it's mixed, and I feel another lump. I've mixed it as best as I can. I think it's not 100% perfect, but it's as good as it's gonna be. Things are not going according to plan. So I did the stain on the drawers, and then it was super blotchy, and I thought it's either the stain or maybe it's because I did the pre-stain a day ago or 2 days ago, and so it's just not working, and it was really blotchy, and so I started sanding it all off, and I didn't film that because I was kind of frustrated. And then I did a little test on the base to see what the stain color would look like, and it's just super gray. And so then I thought, okay, well, what if I do a mix? So I mixed up the hazelnut or hazelwood color with just a little bit of dark walnut, because that's what I had on hand and I wanted to add some warmth to it, and then it came up with this color here, which I think is really pretty. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna do it on the base and on the drawers and hope that this is the last time I have to do this, because yeah, it's just nothing's going according to plan. Guys, I'm in love. I'm so happy. This was a mistake I made. It looks so much better. Oh, I'm very happy. It's looking way better. It's not perfect. It's still a tiny bit blotchy. And to be honest, I think, I don't know, maybe it's something to do with the wood grain. Maybe it's actually the pre-stain that I used wasn't the best. It was just like there was only a little bit left in the bottom. So maybe that was the issue. Don't know. If you know, pop it in the comments below so that I can not make this same mistake. But I do think it looks a lot better. But we've got this little section in the middle which I didn't fully sand, that has some of the black paint that's left over, and what I want to do is go in with some of this green paint and a paintbrush. I think it's gonna look really dang pretty. Time to attach the base. So I'm using these 1 1/4 inch screws from Craig. Also, I actually think I might clamp it down just to make sure that it doesn't wriggle out of place. It works. It works! I tried to sand as much of the green away as possible, and I pretty much got it gone, but there's definitely still some spots where you can see that it was there. So I thought it would be cool to pop in a little wallpaper, and I picked this one up from Amazon. So that's the print there, which I think is really nice. We just need to cut it to size and then pop it into the drawer. For the top coat, we are actually going to wax this piece. So I've got a natural wax by Country Chic. It smells like wax. And away we go. I'm hoping that it picks up the wood coloring. Oh yeah, it definitely does. You can really see the difference between the side here that has the wax and the side here that doesn't. Loving it. The final step is just to take a cloth and we're just going to buff it until it's not sticky anymore and it's buttery smooth. I'm continuing in this circular motion that makes my arm really tired, but it's important for a good finish. the wax is on, which means we can talk hardware. So I had some leftover pulls and I really wanted to use them for this piece. It's this one here. Try and hold that in a very awkward position. There's also little, you know, single pulls here, and I had a look online and I managed to find the same ones but just in like a little single pull. So that's what we're gonna go with, the little single pull here, and then this double situation up in the drawer. Getting these hinges to a place that I'm actually happy with has been particularly difficult. So I started off where I did like a rub and buff on them and it looked nice until I put the hardware on. Then I tried antique brass, a little too dark. So after that I ended up going in with a combination of the antique brass and a gilded brass. And that's definitely looking better. It's still not as perfect as what I was kind of hoping it would be. I think it looks pretty good compared to what it was before. So I am happy with that. You guys, that's it. We're done. She's finished. She's beautiful. I really love the hardware. I think for me, the hardware is like one of the highlights of this piece. This piece has definitely come a really long way from being abandoned on the side of the street, falling apart, just really disheveled, and to be honest, probably a home for a mouse. But now she's beautiful.
Where is the line between dreaming and feeling blue? It's 4 o'clock in the evening. I haven't left my room, but the truth is, if I'm honest, I feel stuck here in the middle.
I honestly couldn't be happier with this piece and I would love to know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, and the like. That one, you know, with the thumb. Push that button. I will be back next week with another video, so I will see you guys then. Bye. And then we can get in with the cleaning, the warm water, and the dish soap. That was a terrible plan. You know, I really am happy with this piece. I was unsure for a bit, but I think she's looking good.